there's also gray areas that a lot of people say they're not citizens. If they're on a visa, I'm perfectly fine with having somebody here on a visa voting. Because they are here doing something in the United States that is part of their life. Usually it's for a year or two at the minimum. Especially if they're like a student visa or something like that. No taxation without representation. If they're being taxed, let them be represented. City planner, so it goes beyond voting for my workplace. We try to drag in citizens and companies to as many meetings and discussions as we can so we get a common solution rather than an expert solution. It depends on what the solution is addressing as to whether I'd want an expert or a common. Ooh, redemption aura. Mercenary, you get that. Let's see if you die with that at all. I'm slightly curious if she would be able to die with that. I should heal her completely every single time. But for, like, if you're voting on, say, zoning, unless there's a health issue there, I am 100% behind finding just a community solution. I can see the value there. Whereas if you're voting on, like, oh, should I pay taxes for healthcare? I don't trust the individual, like, idiot to recognize how that differs in terms of costs and stuff. Another Holy Fire Aura. I wish that was Holy Shock on here. Because then that would be kind of fun. Of course, then we wouldn't, yeah, be able to attack with it because, yeah, it's ethereal and doesn't auto-repair. I highly doubt we're going to get an ethereal auto-repair. Let's see. But yeah, in the US, we have terrible healthcare and we have terrible, terrible mental healthcare as well. Terrible partisan situations. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the dollar starts tanking in the next few years if things continue like they are. I mean, it's already doing bad. It's already struggling, but I would not be surprised if we start seeing hyperinflation if we continue to have events like on January 6th and stuff like that. So, because it's not comforting to base your financial future or your financial, your choice of currency on a nation where you're literally watching people try to overthrow the government. Trying to fix a wastewater problem. There's a brewery leaking 12% of total COD into the wastewater treatment, and their limit is 50 times of what it needs to be cleaned to before we can let it out in nature. Okay. Jeez, that's a lot of waste. That closes it on shut them down territory. With the amount of U.S. currency, the way the currency system happens in the U.S., it's a little bit weird. Because they actually do... The way the money cycle works is... There is money that is destroyed as well. It's not just always printed. Yes, there is more currency out there than there was 10 years ago, but there's also currency that's destroyed as it comes through government processes. And then there's the whole issue of, is paper money really even worth thinking about these days? Amazon skills, bonus to attack rating, damage to undead. I mean, it's better than nothing. But yeah, the government does destroy currency. Especially if it's like damaged or basically beyond repair. That said, you will still find horribly nasty, like, gnarled money floating around in the US because not all of it ends up getting to where it needs to be destroyed. Like, as soon as it starts looking that way. Let's see. Murder all of them. Do I really want to... Oh, this is Lower Crest. I actually meant to show something off of here. Because I mentioned it earlier. Bump. We're going to go and smack them. We are... Oh, there's our waypoint. Okay, let's see if we can find a bonfire. And I'll show you guys what I meant by bonfires earlier. Yeast has been removed from the wastewater now and is used for energy pellets that are basically like burning wood chips, yeah. And other sort of fancy ways to reuse the waste products. So it is participatory. We didn't just go close them down or whatever. We just initiated dialogue and tried to fix it. Yeah, that's a good solution to it. Here in the US, it depends on where you live as to what they do, sadly. Some cities will just throw you a fine and just let you just keep doing it, just fining you over and over and over again. At least under old laws. I mean, a lot of that has been relaxed under some current changes, but it really depends on where you live. There's some municipalities here that are responsible like that, and they'll be like, okay, we see X is happening. Why? And take it up with the company. And if they don't fix it, I don't have qualms about shutting them down if they don't fix it. If they sit there refusing to fix it, refusing to take options for how to fix it and all that stuff, then yeah, they deserve to be shut down. But if they're willing to try and fix it, that's a whole different deal. That's kind of like whenever you run into people who get these like massive fines, because there are things in the US where even if you are fixing it, you still get fined basically the same amount. But participation first, yeah. That's something Americans are really bad at, is communication. And I am terrible at communication. I was raised in this system. I have been a part of it. Okay, here's a bonfire, by the way. I've been a part of it my entire life. I recognize that I am terrible at communication. I try to do better. Cannot promise I am doing better, but I try. But in a lot of the US, a lot of people they don't try better. They just do it. But this, by the way, speaking of communication, back on topic, this is a bonfire. You're going to say, duh. This is a very specific type of bonfire. This is a bonfire in Lower Crest of Diablo 2. It will always look like this, and you'll have two buildings flanking it. You'll have chests in these buildings, and these can drop runes. What runes they drop is off of a table, rather than just a normal, just kind of like, oh, it's just random drops thing. It's still, they're super chests, basically, is I think the term they use for it. There's a specific term for the type of chest. But they will always drop from tables. They're really good sources of charms and runes. They drop this kind of stuff in every difficulty. It's just, it's more popular in Hell difficulty because of what runes they drop. So, yeah. This is a good spot. Oh, what the? Okay. It's a lot to read there. Don't want it. That's a lot not to read. And that's going away. But yeah, they're good sources of charms, good sources of runes. You can have 2 question mark spawn in one floor. I mean, in one Lower Crest, but they only spawn in Lower Crest. Yeah, enchant would make a wand useful if it dealt more damage. Enchant itself doesn't actually add a lot of damage. It's the attack rating that I'd want to use it for. Only one that can actually even get a reasonable amount of damage out of it is the Sorceros. There's our other waypoint. We're just making kind of good chug through this. And let's see if we can find... We're not going to go in the sewers just yet. We're going to look for the stairs up. Cannot be frozen. Yeah. I only need one of the cannot be frozens, though. I think I already have one. There's a few cannot be frozens in the game, so it's going to drop them on a few items. I thought I had it on one. I guess I don't. Good catch there. I will keep an eye out for another one, but for the weapon slot, I'm not really needing that. Or do I have cannot be frozen? on one of these. No. And Mercenary is just going to stay topped off because redemption! Okay, so we've got that. Now we can go down into the sewers, get ourselves the heart. I'm going to say it again. I say it almost every time. Sewers needs to be brain, not heart. You hear me? It needs to be brain, not heart. And oh yeah, we still have the Jade figurine. Oops. But yeah, cannot be frozen. And thank you for the follow, by the way, Magic Knight. Why does that name sound familiar? And I'm not talking about Magic Knight Ray Earth. I know that's something else entirely, but I think I've seen you on YouTube. Or I've watched you on Twitch. The name seems familiar. And the number at the end of it does as well. But anyway. Golden Bird of Kuile, and we got the book. And from the Ashes of Kuile, we got more stuff. So we got more life. 584. We're looking good. 584 life in Act 3 normal. Level 28. Still one-shotting things. Did we... Yeah, I think the next ones we get to are level 30, aren't they? 30 and 36. That's going to be so fun to have that Nagel ring. So, Caress Bazaar. But yeah, those bonfires are absolutely wonderful. Let's get ourselves a heart. Bonk. And we don't have a lot of run walk speed yet. We're gonna probably eventually have extra zippy mode engaged. How much damage do you take? Pretty decent damage from our auras. The little explodey guys are not that threatening right now. And what's our block rate? 52%. Okay, so we don't have the insane block of the assassin. The assassin, we just kept getting a bunch of things with increased attack speed and increased block chance on everything. That was good. It was just stupid. It looks like... no, that's one of the spirals. Well, circular things. They just go around in circles. It's fine. It's good. But we're looking to not get stuck in one of these side places. Oh, so that was a... Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't even notice that we had veered off into one of the little, like, side partitions. I thought we were still looking around the corner. Let's see. Running a little low on stamina already. Guess we need more vitality. We're gonna need more strength as well. Especially if we end up using, hell difficulty items. Now, I may even, in hell difficulty, if I need more damage, I may actually end up using a non-unique, non-set. Oh my. Just because I'm going to need more base damage. Hi, guys. There you are. Oh, we hadn't seen the club yet. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it Yuri? Cyclone Windstruck, Chain Lightning Windstruck, Enhanced Damage. It's funny. I think we're better with what we've got. Because we don't want to get struck too much. We're going to probably not want to get struck by the time we get to hell. So Kalim's Heart. So let's go ahead and Pertal out. We got our organs and we're going to shove them onto a flail. Why? Because we care. And that's everything here. So we literally just need to go there. How many Moogles does it take? Okay. How do Moogles keep their fur so soft and manageable? They use a lot of pomade. Yeah, that's a decent one. I would wager there's people who know what Moogles are who don't know that that thing's called a palm. So I gotta ask you, since you've made 2 Moogle puns now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Which game's Moogles are your favorite? Out of the Final Fantasies. And if there's like a Final Fantasy you haven't played, it's fine to leave them out. I'm just curious. Because they are drastically different depending on which game you're playing, as to how they interact with you. Because I already know my favorite, but I'm biased because it's part of my favorite game. Speaking of which, I need to go finish Final Fantasy X soon as well. I know it doesn't get any views because I'm not a speedrunner of it, and it's not the Final Fantasy to cover. But it's a warm-up one for me. You like Final Fantasy XIV's laziness, jokiness, but look-wise, it has to be the Moogles in Final Fantasy IX? Okay. I can respect that. Now, for me, I would actually have to say it depends on whether I can choose it based on named Moogles or whether I have to choose it based on just Moogle behavior in general. Because if I go by named Moogles, Final Fantasy VI wins. You bought World of Final Fantasy on Steam, but have not started playing because Potato Computer. I don't know how friendly that one is to low-end computers, but I can understand Potato Computer being a limiter there. I loved that scene with the Moogles, yes. I loved fighting as a group of Moogles. And I forget, there is... I think, don't you get Moogles if you do the tower without enough people? Like, it doesn't require full teams, but like if you can't actually make a team, 3 teams. Let's see, Claymore threatens to knife you. That Moogle was just way too inspired by freaking Tonberries. And yes, I love Tonberries too. Don't get me started on them. No. Plus 18 to Inferno. Oh, Lord. No. And that'd be fun for an Act 5 mercenary. We'll keep it. We might do an Act 5 mercenary. You know, there's Tonberry furniture in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, made out of Tonberries or for Tonberries? Because that's a whole different... And no, I did not know there was Tonberry furniture in Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm now thinking of both types. I'm thinking of what kind of chair a Tonberry would sit in, which is fairly relaxed. But made out of Tonberries is terrifying. And if you want to post a picture of it in Discord, I would appreciate it. I will go look at it during my 5-minute break, which I need to probably do after we finish Act 3. We might break 100 damage on Holy Fire. Wow. But my brain is literally just kind of hovering between, well, if it's for Tonberries, it's probably a plain wooden chair that has kind of a creepy, almost Little Nightmares vibe to it. Whereas if it's made of Tonberries, I am thinking of, like, Viking furniture with, like, the head of a Tonberry on it. Oh, lordy. Mercenary's doing fine. See, that's probably Sanders. Yeah, that's Sanders. Increase attack speed, attack rating. Yeah, we've already gotten this one, haven't we? Plus 3 to Holy Fire. Get that out there. Time for some smashy. Oh, it's got all these things on it. Let's see what it has. Not amazing. It's not bad. Bonk. Oh no, they've got Blizzard. Whatever will I do? I have 78% resist all right now. Have nothing going on there. I should actually make a chat in the Discord just for stream interactions. I would stream to both Twitch and Discord, but I don't want to lose my affiliate status, because affiliate status lets me upload stuff. 9% lifesteal versus... I think we're better with the 400% enhanced damage. Just thinking. And if we can find something with more slots, I would be fine with it. They require Nemean Orbs, which is from the Wanderer's Palace, a place where you fight and save Tonberries depending on the difficulty. Normal is fight, hard is save. Okay. So I'm wagering it's not made from tonberries. Turtle soup. I do like tonberries though. They're awesome little critters. They're like the Final Fantasy equivalent of a horror villain. Motif, yeah. Second one's right. M-O-T-I-F. That said, English is jacked up on spelling. We've butchered so many languages that if it gets the message across, it's good. Oh. Borrowing crap from French, German, everything. Everything. I'm literally surprised there isn't just like a random letter that is kanji in the English language with how like everything it is. It is the all-you-can-eat buffet. And it's not like all-you-can-eat at a themed restaurant, like, oh, Chinese food, all-you-can-eat. Good, groovy. No, it's all-you-can-eat Golden Corral, where you find steak next to spaghetti and sushi, probably, nowadays. The Nickelodeon series. Ah, Lord. If you want to see something depressing, by the way, go look at the the Nickelodeon studios in like the mid-90s and then compare it to the Nickelodeon studios now. Oh my god. It's sad. It went from like vibrant and interesting and like chaotic. All the chaos. May chaos reign. If you guys know the hand motion for that, I'm not going to be doing it on stream. Let chaos reign. Oh, lordy. For those wondering, it's very shake-weighty. But yeah, it went from chaos to just corporate. Very clean aesthetic. It's always sad whenever it's like an indicator of just how much the company lost its soul. It lost its soul. Do we get the waypoint? Probably not. We're not coming back here. We don't need to farm for things from them. We do need to kill all these buggers, though. I do find it funny that we're essentially doing hell difficulty damage, almost. For normal difficulty. At level 29. Hi, guys. How you doing? Oh, a Chris Blade. That's probably garbage, but a Daggerton. I mean, we... I just threw a healing potion at her as she just healed everything. Let's see. Nope. There are ones that I would keep from that, but it's like, nah. Just one-shotting everything. I think this Cronte or what? No, it's Shadowfang. Cannot be frozen. Okay, we'll kill something with it. Might as well. Hi, big guy. Chop quickly. Still negative on the golds. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break real quick. Yeah, the green two-hander sadly isn't that amazing. It's okay. I'm going to take my quick, like, 5-minute break. And I will be right back. Because I need to stretch my legs. I've been sitting here for 3 hours. So I need to stretch my legs, make sure that I don't lose my toes or anything like that from circulation issues or some garbage. And I will be right back.